See beyond the surface so you get the whole story with 10 Tampa Bay.
This morning on Brightside, honoring a hero, the Bay Area highlighting the lasting legacy of fallen Tampa police officer Jesse Madsen.
House lawmakers are just hours from voting on the next round of stimulus checks, the reality of when that money would actually get into your bank account.
And will spring break just days away for our school? Virologist Dr. Michael Tang breaking down the best ways to enjoy it safely here at home. Brightside starts now. Thanks for starting your Wednesday morning with us here on Brightside on 10 Tampa Bay. Pretty luck downtown in Tampa. All lit up in blue, though, honoring a life lost way too soon on the job just yesterday. We've got much more on Officer Jesse Madsen this morning. Thanks for starting your morning with us here. I'm Caitlin Lockerbie in studio with Courtney Robinson this morning.
That's right. Also in studio, Jabari Thomas and Grant Gilmore. Let's get straight to Grant with weather. Seemed like you didn't have much to do yesterday.
Hey, I was really busy yesterday.
It's sunny. Back to you.
I was counting all the pollen on my car.
Next up, you count my car.
and then the next car, right? Yeah. Great weather again today, guys. Temperatures starting off in the mid-50s in Tampa, 57 for Tampa, 62 in St. Petersburg, 52 in Brooksville. We've got mostly clear skies, a few low clouds developing, but aside from that, we're going to see those thin out, and it'll give way to plenty of sunshine through the majority of the day. So almost a repeat day to yesterday. I guess I'll be counting the pollen again as temperatures warm into the upper 70s this afternoon. Looking like a beautiful day. In fact, we're going to start tacking on a little more warmth day by day. We get back into the 80s for the second half of the week. The weekend, 83 degrees. Is there any chance of rain in our 7-day forecast? Well, we'll take a close look coming up.
As you are waking up this morning, Tampa Bay is lit up in blue as we remember Tampa police officer Jesse Madsen. You saw the view from downtown Tampa, from the Hillsborough River, and now you're looking at the Sunshine Skyway all the way to Tampa's skyline. We are thanking and saluting a man described as a selfless hero. Officer Madsen was a lifelong protector, and more than that, he was also a father and a husband.
Yeah, he started as a U.S. Marine. For the past 16 years, he served the city of Tampa with TPD, a highly decorated officer who won 7 police life-saving awards, a legacy that will live on. The Tampa Bay area has a deadly history when it comes to wrong-way drivers, but the leaders have taken steps to try and reduce them. Eric Glasser takes a deeper dive into what's in place right now.
I'm 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser. Over the past several years, the Florida Department of Transportation has been taking steps to try to reduce the number of wrong-way crashes in Tampa Bay, like the one that took the life of Tampa police officer Jesse Madsen on Tuesday. Unfortunately, the region has a deadly history of them. FDOT has installed a wrong-way driver incident detection system at 20 locations, most in Hillsborough County along I-275, as well as the Howard Franklin and Sunshine Skyway bridges. When triggered, sensors inform FDOT. FHP is alerted, and overhead highway signs warn drivers of the potential threat. Starting next month, FDOT contractors will start adding the alert systems at 20 more locations and several others in 2022.
We want to make the most of the time that you have with us this morning, so let's get you in the know. The U.S. House is set to pass President Biden's American Rescue Plan later this morning. It allows federal benefits to stay in place after the end of the week, and those $1,400 stimulus checks should start arriving in bank accounts by the end of the month. 3 jurors have already been seated in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Attorneys talked with 10 prospective jurors, asking each one about their knowledge of the case and if they could set aside any existing opinions. Jury selection will continue today. Chauvin is charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter for the death of George Floyd last May. And take a good look right here. The FBI released new video of the person they say put pipe bombs at both the Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters. This was the night before the Capitol riot. Again, you're watching that video right there of that man wearing that hooded sweatshirt with the backpack. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to an arrest.
Today is the final day for 2 of the satellite locations tied to the FEMA vaccination sites in Tampa. Those mobile units that are designed to get shots to areas lacking transportation to the FEMA location at the Greyhound track. Right now, they're at Lake Maud Park in Winter Haven and HCC's Brandon campus. On Thursday, they'll move to HCC's South Shore campus in Ruskin. That's through Sunday, and a Winn-Dixie in Lake Wales through next Wednesday. And the fight against coronavirus has plateaued across the state. Florida reported just over 4,426 new cases yesterday. Testing positivity, that rate stands at 5.87% right now. 132 more Floridians died in the state as well. That average remains high, but it is also dropping. And every week on Brightside, we're taking your COVID-19 questions to local medical expert and virologist at USF Health, Dr. Michael Tang. This morning, he highlights some very clear light at the end of the tunnel. And Dr. Tang says if you plan to travel for spring break, keep these 3 things in mind. Road trips are the safest right now, so you can control your surroundings. If you're staying in a hotel, he says avoid spending too much time in the common areas. And if you're flying, try to isolate in the airport as much as you can, and don't take your mask off on the flight, even to eat or drink on it. We do want to hear from you. Send us your questions for Dr. Tang. You can submit them just by texting us 727-577-8522.
Some big changes are coming to the Grammys this year. We're going beyond the headline of the changes to the categories. That's next.
It's music's biggest night, Sunday, the one and only Grammys.
What's a kumquat? It's pie, ice cream, marmalade, all made out of this little thing.
Here it goes.
The Kumquat Festival is back, and this year it's Saturday, March 27th in historic downtown Dade City. As always, it's free, but there's no free park and ride locations this year. Self-parking is available citywide. And for a safe and fun festival, please wear a mask and observe social distancing. 10 Tampa Bay is a proud sponsor of the 24th annual Kumquat Festival.
Welcome back to Brightside here on 10 Tampa Bay. Just about a quarter till the top of the hour, 4:43 as we roll into it. Maybe you're heading off to the airport this morning. Everything looking good over at the main terminal so far. This is the view from our Renaissance Hotel International Plaza camera this morning, where we're finding partly cloudy skies. Temperatures at 57 right now. Cool, comfortable though. Wind speeds out of the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour. Temps around the rest of the region, most of us in the 50s, a few on either side of that. 62 in St. Donatassa, getting close to the 40s right now. You're sitting on 50 degrees right now. Big picture, looking at temperatures generally in the 50s across the entire area. In fact, 52 Crystal River, 58 degrees right now in Venice. All the way through the weekend, likely looking at lower to middle 80s for Saturday and Sunday. For today, we'll start you off with temperatures near 57. Sun rises at 6:45, 79 this afternoon under those mostly sunny skies. Sunset this evening at 6:36. 80s lead us into the weekend as we spring forward into daylight saving time, which officially occurs at 2 o'clock in the morning, springing forward to 3 o'clock in the morning. 83 Sunday afternoon, and then low and mid 80s into next week, keeping partly cloudy skies. Jabari?
All right, Grant, that spring forward to me means I got to buy some curtains. All right, the Grammys are Sunday right here on CBS this week. So we're highlighting some of the big names in the Grammys history and big changes you'll notice at the awards this year. And one of those changes is to the category. So let's go beyond the headlines this morning to look at how and why some of the names have been redefined. All right, we're going to continue to take a deeper dive into the topics surrounding the Grammys, both on air this week, and also you can find these stories online with a guide on how to watch Sunday night. And if you missed it the first time, moving on here, you have a second chance. We'll tell you how to catch Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah right here on 10 Tampa Bay. Stick around.
Great Day Live, today at 9 on 10 Tampa Bay.
The Bakersfield 3.
2 dead and 1 missing.
Mothers filled with uncertainty.
I want answers. It doesn't seem like I'm going to have any.
Fear.
Are you concerned about your son?
Very concerned. I'm afraid Ryan's going to die.
And grief.
Speak to Micah as though he were here.
I miss you so much. I can't live like this.
All new Dr. Phil.
Today at 4 on 10 Tampa Bay.
Welcome back to Brightside this morning. A live look at downtown Tampa to start you off. From the Sunshine Skyway to the Tampa River Walk, much of the Bay Area lit up in blue this morning, honoring the life of fallen police officer Jesse Madsen. Much more on his life, his legacy, and how you can help his family coming up here on Brightside this morning.
All right, if it's streaming, screening, or just heating up Hollywood, Brightside on 10 Tampa Bay is all over it. Here's the buzz. Good morning, Jabari here on this hump day. Buckingham Palace finally broke its silence about Prince Harry and Meghan's explosive interview with Oprah. Now, Palace officials said in a statement, the issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. This all comes after the conversation where Meghan revealed that someone in the royal family had a conversation with Prince Harry about the color of their baby's skin being too dark when it was born. Neither one would say who made the comment, but clarified to Oprah off camera that it was not the Queen or Prince Philip. And we're also getting a new look at Meghan and Harry's pregnancy. Check out your screen. A friend of the couple shared these pregnancy photos on Instagram. The couple told Oprah Sunday that they're expecting a little girl sometime this summer. And by the way, if you missed Sunday night's interview and you've been looking for it all over the place, like on YouTube and stuff, well, it ain't there. It's on CBS.com, and you can watch every minute of it right here on 10 Tampa Bay again, because CBS is re-airing it this Friday at 8 o'clock. So you'll be up this time, setting your timers, I'm sure. Or at a bar. All right, Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, is on his next conquest. The actor/rapper just signed a deal with Amazon, and he's bringing Malia Obama with him. Yeah, according to The Hollywood Reporter, the deal gets, or I should say, lets Glover create and executive produce projects for Amazon Prime Video. His first project is reportedly Hive, and it's rumored to revolve around a Beyonce-like figure. Yeah, now that's the project that Malia Obama will reportedly work on. She's currently a student, though, at Harvard and interned on HBO's Girls back in 2015. Seems like she's going into the entertainment business. And this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone paying attention to the internet, but Disney Plus just blew away its nearly early predictions, that is. The Walt Disney Company announced Tuesday it has surpassed 100 million global subscribers in just 16 months. Now, check this out. It took Netflix 10 years to accomplish this. So Disney doesn't expect it to slow down anytime soon either, especially with upcoming Marvel series like The Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki coming out this year.
In Disney's little small defense, this all unfolded while much of us were stuck at home.
That's true.
And they also gave it away for free for parents, or well, for everybody, but
initially.
Yeah.
That first month is still free if you've never subscribed, so.
I don't think so. I think they took that away.
Oh?
No, first. Anyway,
I don't think you can.
Netflix is $1,000 now.
I do have to share this. Harper asked me yesterday, what if you were Beyonce, Mom? And so we went through the list of things, and then I said, well, also, if I were Beyonce, your name would be Blue Ivy.
Oh, and
she was like,
a very wealthy little girl.
She was like, Nick, I stop at Blue Ivy.
With two very talented parents. Hey, thanks for waking up with us this morning. Brightside on 10 Tampa Bay at 5 is next.
See beyond the surface. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay.
A highly decorated police officer killed on the job. The emotional outpouring for fallen Tampa police officer Jesse Madsen.
Can we get some COVID vaccine consistency? If you're confused about who's eligible and where, you're not alone. This morning, the breakdown that we're cleaning up.
All right, in other news this morning, check out this guy. He's 91 years old and he's a police officer, but he's not planning to retire anytime soon. Brightside on 10 Tampa Bay at 5 starts now.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, what I would do to, travel all around again,
There's a lovely little study about what people would give up, a survey, I should call it.
What would they give
All
up?
the things you would give up to travel right now.
What? Like what?
A lot of things. People will set even their spouse.
Oh yeah, after a lockdown of a year, for sure, right?
After they've been stuck with them for a year, they're ready to
put me on a plane. I gotta get out of here.
Thanks for waking up with us on Brightside this morning on 10 Tampa Bay. I'm Caitlin Lockerbie in studio with Courtney Robinson here, Jabari and Grant as well. What would you guys give up to travel right now?
Oh, I don't know.
Not Liz.
I don't know. I think health is an important thing, so I'll keep my health at this point.
I'm with you, Grant.
I keep my gambling at the casino.
Our area is so beautiful. I mean, we're so fortunate we don't have to travel,
That's
right?
true.
To hit up some of the beaches in the country. So we're good here, right? Temperatures right now across the area starting off in the mid and upper 50s for most of us. St. Pete's at 62 in St. Pete, 52 degrees currently in Crystal River. All right, at the bus stop this morning, feeling good out there, 57 degrees, a little cool for the kids, warming up nicely as we go throughout the day. And then we're going to be hanging out in the upper 70s once again later this afternoon. 7-day forecast looking mighty fine. We'll have it coming up.
All right, now we want to take you out onto the roads as we are tracking some incidents so far. One issue on some roads in Polk County. Southbound lanes closed on US 27 at Cypress Gardens Boulevard. This is in Winter Haven because of a crash. You can see that right there on your screen. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear this morning. This is I-275 right now in Tampa at Ashley Drive downtown during that interchange. And let's show you how we're doing in St. Pete on I-275. This is at 4th Street.
Well, this morning we're waiting to learn when funeral services will be held for a hero, an officer who died in a crash on 275 early yesterday morning. Officer Madsen, Tampa Police Chief, says that Officer Jesse Madsen used his own SUV as a shield to stop a wrong-way driver and save others.
And this morning, I want you to just look. This is what Tampa Bay is doing, just one area where we are lighting up in blue. You can see right here the Hillsborough River and, of course, the bridge here, all in blue, all to remember a life lost too soon, a somber reminder as we honor and thank Tampa police officer Jesse Madsen, who again gave his life in the line of duty yesterday morning to stop that wrong-way driver.
The Tampa Bay area has a sad and deadly history when it comes to wrong-way drivers, but leaders have taken steps to try to reduce them. Here's a deeper dive into what's in place right now.
Let's keep getting you in the know. Here's a look at some more of this morning's big stories.
And you have been summoned as potential jurors in the case of State of Minnesota versus Derek Chauvin.
Jury selection continues today in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Chauvin is accused of second-degree murder and manslaughter after he was seen on video pinning George Floyd by the neck to the pavement for nearly 9 minutes.
How do you determine, what tools would you use to determine which person is telling the more accurate story?
At this point, 3 jurors have been chosen. A $100,000 reward is being offered for information leading the FBI to the person they say put pipe bombs at the Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters the night before the Capitol riots in D.C. The FBI released new surveillance video Tuesday showing this person on January 5th with a backpack they believe contained those pipe bombs.
This is the CBS Evening News with Roger Mudd substituting for Walter Cronkite, who is on assignment.
Longtime CBS correspondent and television anchor Roger Mudd died Tuesday at the age of 83. CBS News said Mudd died of complications of kidney failure at his home in Virginia. Mudd famously stumped Senator Ted Kennedy by simply asking why he wanted to be president.
The British royal family has responded to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's claims of racism. Buckingham Palace released a statement that described the allegations as concerning and said they would be dealt with privately.
All right, so if you missed that interview with Oprah, you still got another chance to watch it this week. If you must, you can watch the interview in its entirety Friday right here on 10 Tampa Bay at 8 p.m.
I know that Brad's awake right now, so Brad, you have plans on Friday night. We're watching it again.
Oh, again? He's like, okay, better make some popcorn this time, huh? All right. Well, there are a lot of dedicated people dedicated to their job, and then there's Buckshot Smith. Next, he's 91, still serving his community. How this police officer has been protecting people for over half a century.
A lot happens during the day, and when you just rely on the headlines,
you miss the whole story. The judge was very clear
how you're picking these pop-up sites.
To know that that group is that big.
10 Tampa Bay dives deeper into what's making news.
From here to there and even here. You'll know why it happened and why it's relevant.
And you know our weather. I'll help you stay informed, prepared, and connected.
See beyond the surface with 10 Tampa Bay. Today, starting at 5.
Oh, yes, we all want to soak up the sun. It'll be rising here in just a little bit. Something to remember this weekend, so you don't wake up looking at your clock on your phone like something crazy happened. It is time to spring forward. So you will actually get a little more sunlight later in the day. But something, of course, that comes back every year that we got to talk about, Congress will once again debate the idea of locking the clock. A group of senators, including Florida's Marco Rubio and Senator Rick Scott, reintroduced the Sunshine Protection Act. If passed, it would keep the U.S. on daylight saving time year-round. The Florida legislature passed its own Sunshine Protection Act in 2018, but it takes federal approval, and so Florida never got that federal approval. And so if we locked it, Grant, that would mean that we would stay as we currently are right now.
Stay in standard time.
Standard time.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I understand how, the change of time really has an impact on a lot of different people and, businesses and that kind of thing. For me personally, I don't feel like it impacts me that much. It never really has. But I guess I'm fortunate that way. I don't know. I mean,
I think on this shift, it's also a little different too. I prefer it right now because it's not, when it's light outside, it's difficult.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get it. It's tough to go to bed for the people who have to go to bed early, when the sun's still up, obviously.
But you're right. I mean, I think also
when it's time to sleep, I sleep, and just put my head on a pillow, bam, I'm
And not to beat a dead horse here, but now with technology, it's not like we have to we have to go change all the clocks in the house.
No, I still got to try to figure out how to change the clock in my car and on the microwave and the oven, all that stuff.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't have one of those fancy ovens.
But you do have one of those fancy iPhones, don't you?
No. No, I don't. It's not as fancy as some. Live look from downtown Tampa right now. We've got one of the bridges lit up there in blue. Remembering, yet another, fallen police officer. Gone too soon for sure yesterday. 57 degrees this morning under a clear sky. We're starting off with a north-northeasterly wind around 7 miles per hour. It's going to be a bit of a breezy morning this morning. We'll find temperatures, though, probably feeling maybe a little cooler than it actually is. Tampa's at 57, 54 in Largo, 62 right now in St. Pete. Big picture, we're looking at those wind speeds there, or those wind speeds. These are the temperatures, low and mid-50s across the area afternoon. That high-pressure system keeps the sunshine around, and it keeps the warmth building as we go into the weekend. 83 degrees on Saturday into Sunday. We spring forward into daylight saving time. We'll lose that hour of sleep, 83 on Sunday, and then we're hanging out in the low and mid-80s for the beginning of next week.
Let's take you out to the roadways quickly. So far, we're only tracking one issue in Polk County this morning. Taking a look at the map there, southbound lanes are closed on US 27 at Cypress Gardens Boulevard in Winter Haven because of the crash. No other issues to report, though.
All right, beautiful people, let's get into these in other news this morning. I'm Jabari, for those of you who didn't know. We're still waiting in Florida for vaccination requirements to expand, right? I mean, California, they're already changing up their vaccine policy, and they say whoever is a volunteer at a vaccine clinic gets a shot. So the program is called My Turn. In Florida, it's called Still Waiting. That was a joke. Basically, if you work for 4 hours, you can get the shot. Yeah, so the state is in need of people to work vaccine sites over there. So hopefully they say this will get more people to, join up and be volunteers. Florida does, though, have a volunteer program, but you need to be a healthcare worker to participate. So there's that. Say, if you missed it the first time, you have a second chance for this one. We'll tell you how you can catch Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah right here on 10 Tampa Bay. Stick around. Good morning, everyone. If it's streaming, screening, heating up Hollywood, Brightside is all over it. Here's the buzz. I'm Jabari. British TV personality Piers Morgan is leaving Good Morning Britain following harsh comments he made about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's interview. All right, the story goes. Morgan says that he didn't believe a word that Markle said, speaking on her announcement that she had suicidal thoughts. He later stormed out of the studio after a fellow presenter called his treatment of Meghan diabolical. So Britain's Office of Communication said that it would be investigating his comments under its harm and offense rules after receiving more than 40,000 complaints. Hey, check this out. Coming to America is doing pretty well on Amazon Prime. The company says, according to Screen Engine, ASI's VOD weekend rankings, that's a mouthful, I know.
That is.
The most important part is the film became the most watched streaming film since theaters closed last year and had the #1 opening weekend of any streaming movie in 2021 so far. Viewership numbers weren't reported, though.
You've seen it at least twice.
I've seen it twice.
Gonna make it a 3-time this weekend?
Trifecta.
I may. You know, I gotta let my soul glow.
Gotta let your soul shine. Hey, wrong way crashes, they are an ongoing issue here, especially in the Tampa Bay area. And coming up, Jenny Dean has more on what countermeasures are currently in place to help try to stop them.